Humans are so unnecessarily complex. They are made up of only atoms and space dust, but they manage to make everything so complicated. Cultures, languages, freedom, food, dialects, skin, gender, love, rights, technology. Even something as simple as finding other forms of life in the universe. Infinitely many resources. Yet they are blind. Blind to what is right under their noses, seeking to look up at the stars and dream, rather than to look down and live. Although, I shouldn't be talking. It is not as if I am human. I am merely a vessel. An android sent from the planet 76HTEU, which is as close to human pronunciation as it gets. Sent to Earth by my creators, I am to report on the human behaviors as I observe them, to determine if my planet should reach out. We have been watching for years, trying to come to an agreement over whether or not to communicate with Earth. So far, the only thing my planet has agreed upon is to send me to Earth to determine if they should or shouldn't come here. I think the human term for my predicament would be a guinea pig. Adorable little things, really. With those cute little twitching noses and those soft furry bodies. Not at all like humans, with their lanky limbs and a full head of hair. No visible defense mechanisms. Unlike birds, which I have come to realize can be very aggressive. My body has been designed to look like a human, but compared to my home planet, humans are weird. They do not have 3 eyes. They do not have pale blue skin, nor do they have any strange features that define every individual on 76HTEU. Very creepy. And what's wrong with the sky? Changing colors every day. It turns a pale color in the morning, blue during the day, or even gray when it's cloudy or stormy. And it dies a violent death in the night. And don't get me started on the machines in the restroom, bathroom, powder room, laboratory, loo, shower, toilet, spa. Unnecessarily complicated, I tell you. That is beside the point. Well, actually that proves my very first point. But back to the point that I was trying to prove in the first place. Oh goodness, so complex humans are. I cannot even speak properly in their different tongues. The machines in the public restrooms are what I'm trying to talk about. The ones that you push the silver knob and it blasts out hot air. That's the monster. How in the universe did they get hot air to come out of that? Scared the complete circuits out of me. The human female behind me didn't know what to think of me. I was this close to... what's the human phrase? Blowing my cover, I think is what it is. I am not supposed to do that. The one thing I have been redundantly programmed not to do. I have to make humans think I am one of them. It is harder than I had originally thought. There are many things that are so strange. I do not know how humans do it. They are an interesting species, I will give them that. But what is that white powdery stuff that falls from the sky? I cannot feel the temperature of the air. It is not something my robotic body can comprehend. But humans put on more skins when the white stuff comes down. I think it is cold. I cannot understand anything. I was sent to Earth in the hopes that I can find similarities between our 2 planets that are separated by hundreds of light years. Instead of finding a single landmass that spans the entire planet, I find not 1, or 2, or even 3, but 7. I cannot comprehend the resources they have. And the number of humans, that is a whole other story. The computer in my brain tells me the number is updating every few minutes. Over 7 billion humans living on this small planet. There are only about 1 million of the organic sentient species that created me, yet our planet is bigger. How do they manage? And their cities. I could have spent my entire battery life wandering in the different cities on Earth. Every single one is completely unique, and they all have a beating heart. Not like a flesh and blood heart, as humans say, but a cultural heart. The heart of a city truly is in its humans. The different tongues are spoken, the way they are spoken, why they are spoken, what they mean, when they can be said, what different things mean in different places. It is as if every single human is a well-oiled machine of a melting pot of different ideas. I've been on Earth for about 20 Earth years, and that is only about 2 years on 76 HTUE. I can understand why humans rush around all the time. Their lives are so short, barely just beginning and then they end. For these past 20 years, I have managed to see just about everything Earth has to offer. I have seen some magical things. I have seen some wonderful things. And I have seen some things that are so amazing I cannot comprehend the majesty of them. I almost short-circuited over an overload of pure excitement. But for all their ideas, humans are not entirely above faults. Small or big handheld machines fire death and destruction when shot. There are roaring yellow cats that tear down the towering trees that have stood for years. The dozens of different species of animals that go extinct every single day. The hundreds that go extinct every single year. It is a wonder that humans do not realize what impact they are having on the only planet that they currently exist on. They do not understand that Earth is straining at the seams. And when things strain against the seams, they inevitably burst. I do not want this planet to burst, literally or figuratively. There are so many good things that they have done, so many positive things that come from their minds. Love, kindness, empathy. I cannot understand the complexity of those feelings being made from spare parts, but what I can understand is that humans get so much more done when they work together. Not when they fight. Not when they kill. Not when they destroy or burn down what stands in their way. Not when they harm. Not when they yell or scream. Not when they purposely hurt others for enjoyment. And not when they forget to look among the stars. I see it all the time in the everyday lives of humans. They are so focused on the small device in their hands, or their next item of business. They are so focused on rushing and going from one place to another that they forget to slow down. And I am not even a human. I notice these things when I do not have the capability to feel. I notice these things when I'm not even alive. I am a robot, an android, a vessel of an intergalactic species. So I think my report back to my planet will include the advice to stay away. Stay away for now. Let the humans understand that they cannot live like this, that they cannot abuse like this, that they cannot continue staying ignorant or continue shying away from risk. But when they have seen the error of their ways, when they have understood what they have been doing wrong, when they learn to love and feel for others, and when they finally learn to heal, we will come back. We will embrace our fellow species in the universe. We will walk together into a new era, and we will thrive.